You're live. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, good ening.
Yeah,
Hey, everybody.
we back up in there like swimwear.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
We got Darren
Hey,
in chat. What's up,
everyone.
Darren?
Hey,
We got
Darren.
Zodiac. We got
What's going on, Darren?
Rosalia. We got James.
Fuck.
How's everybody doing tonight? We are going to be
Pretty good.
watching
Pretty good,
the
man.
classic Tourist Trap from 1979. Now, May is the only one who has not seen this movie. So we're going to have to be spoiler-free throughout it. And I think this is like a movie that's definitely fun as hell to watch with someone who's never seen it, because this movie just bonkers and just completely off the wall.
Yeah, man. You got Chuck, great supernatural slasher, Chuck Connors and Tanya Roberts, man.
Yeah, and then Jocelyn. I love Jocelyn Jones in this, who plays Molly.
Yeah.
Like, she's a very underrated final girl.
Right.
I feel like she's never brought up, and she really like plays it well throughout this whole movie. Like, her reactions.
You know, I'm actually surprised that they got Tanya Roberts and Chuck Connors for a movie like this.
Right? Especially like in the late 70s or so, after like The Exorcist and then The Omen, like you were seeing a little bit more of like stars in horror again. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. I think you have like Bo Hopkins in Sweet 16 from like 81 or like 82, something like that. Rory Calhoun was in Motel Hell. You saw a decent amount of that in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once like the Western film was like totally like, you know, just like played out and not really a big thing anymore, it was like horror movies really took over the Western film.
Oh, yeah.
And then crime film, crime thrillers, you know, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
If anyone in chat who's watching needs the link again for Look Movie, it is right there. What's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy?
So it's on Prime, you said?
Yeah, Shudder, I think, on Prime.
Oh.
Because like Shudder's through Prime.
Yeah.
It's on the cock.
That's cool. I got the rip. I don't got that. I don't do that.
I don't have the cock watching machine either.
It's the first time I've ever heard anybody refer to Peacock as the cock. It makes perfect sense. So.
I watch Riff Tracks version. Even you can't hear it anyway. I need to do that though. Check out the Riff Tracks later.
Yeah, there you go. Zodiac's on the cock too. So
I'm finished up, guys. I'm just letting y'all know. There's going to be ads and shit. Holy shit.
See, there's ads on the cock too, right? Where you can get non-ads.
I think Shudder doesn't have any ads.
It's on Freevee.
No, yeah, Shudder doesn't. Freevee too. Yeah, like I said, this movie's everywhere.
Yeah.
I know Look Movie should only have a 10-second ad in the beginning.
Yeah, they do that now. There's like a 10-second countdown. Then
it's like a picture of Spider-Man and like Iron Man or something, and it's like, you know, the X pops up after the 10 seconds and you just click on it.
Yeah. And this movie was rated PG.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Hard PG too.
Yeah.
PGs were R's back in the day, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because then that uncut version they released, that I still don't see the difference. It's uncut, it's unrated.
Right.
So it's not rated anything. But I mean,
the rating system was just so different back in the 70s.
Oh yeah, until the craziness in like 83, 84 with the MPAA and everything.
Right.
Just made it worse in every way. We got Salty in here. What's up, Salty? We have Jen. We have Jen in here. What's up, Jen? One of her favorite movies. Yes, this is one of my favorite 70s films for sure.
Yeah, it's got this creepy vibe, man. It's
just really
I remember
unsettling.
Yeah, first when I seen this shit as a kid, I was like, "What the fuck?" Chuck Connors, a rifleman. What the fuck's he doing?
They just do a great job with just like the tone of this movie. It's just very just eerie and unsettling, unnerving throughout all of it, and not in like a nowadays like Conjuring type creepy way, but like in just a weird fucking way. Like there's just something off the entire movie, and just the performance of the guy who plays Davy and Chuck Connors and all that, the mask that he wears, awesome. Like
they're
all of
playing
it
off that
creepy.
Omen, the kind of score, like the that type of shit.
Oh yeah, with the mannequins' voices almost.
Yeah, man,
It's
that's some
great.
creepy shit, dude. Like
I just noticed recently, and it makes sense because David Schmoeller went on to direct Puppet Master 10 years after this. And you can hear in the beginning of the first Puppet Master, you can hear part of the score from this movie, which I never noticed until very recently.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. People in chat who's watching, give a thumbs up if you're ready. Everybody on panel, you guys all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
We'll do a 3, 2, 1,
I'm
go
ready.
in a minute.
Good deal.
All right. You strap in, man, because you've never seen this. So it's going to be like mind blown.
I'm ready. I'm just reminding everyone I'm not ignoring anyone. I cannot see the chat. I'm going to try. But I keep myself muted because otherwise you're going to hear my babbling baby in the background.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And maybe if she likes mannequins, then it'll be all right. If not, then we might have
like mannequin, Mama?
Yeah.
See, she loves it. We're all good.
It'll blend in nicely. You know?
I got a mannequin right behind me, but he's dressed up like art.
Yeah, right. All right, so all right, let's do this. We'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm on Irwin Yoblin, Charles Band Productions.
Yeah.
Now.
Yep.
Okay.
The music it's just from the very beginning of this movie with this music. You know you're in for like some just zany shit.
Yeah, it's definitely got a goofy start to it.
Yeah.
I got my volume down. Can y'all hear it? Hold on, let me see. Can y'all hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
No, I don't.
I got it real low. So.
You know what I noticed though with this uncut Blu-ray compared to the first one that was cut, they really did enhance the audio on this. Because like when I was watching this a few nights ago, I was like turning it up on my TV, and like usually I'll blast a movie at like 50, like the number, like I'll take it up to 50, but like this was blasting at like 20, 25. I was like, holy shit, dude, this thing is fucking loud.
The sound design is fantastic in this movie. Like the way that it goes from using sound and music to just like complete silence in certain scenes. Like they do a great job with the sound.
The goofy music at the beginning sounds like, it reminds me of like clowns or some shit.
Yeah, like a carnival, like you're at a carnival or some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely reminds me of like being at a carnival and playing some fucking like 3 for $1 games or something.
Yeah, where you're throwing the little balls at the clowns with the little frills for hair and stuff. What's going on, Don? We got Don from Night Owl Movie Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Don was like, Mayan's referring to me as a babbling baby in the background.
Yeah, no, the soundtrack is great.
I'm gonna have to catch up with y'all, man. I'm gonna get off the riff tracks. That's gonna screw me up. Yeah, I'm gonna get on a different one. I shouldn't even do that riff track shit.
Gas eats ahead. Now I never pay attention to the car that breaks down. Isn't it the same one that they drive off in like later on? Because the car never gets fixed in this movie. So I don't know how they use it at all in this movie.
That's where like the supernatural part comes in and kind of can just do whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that does explain it a bit.
Gas eats ahead. So there we go.
But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I was actually thinking a couple nights ago, if they remade this movie today, I don't know, man. I can't see this movie being remade and being effective.
No, I can't either. And it definitely wouldn't have the same just weird tone and eerie tone that this has.
Yeah, it would most likely have like, like it wouldn't have like the Tanya Roberts and the Chuck Connors probably would have like low budget acting, probably some trans people in it or something. Probably some fucking
mannequin mask.
Some woke shit'll be in there probably.
When this guy
What's
dies,
the timestamp? Yeah,
he
got.
looks like for
I'm
like 2
at-
seconds he looks like David Bowie.
I'm at
Yeah.
357, 358, 359.
Okay.
Clear.
All
Yeah,
right,
me too.
I'm a little ahead. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, 405, 406, 407.
That's where I'm at, 405. Where the guy's walking into the shop right now.
And then what? Oh, I thought it was a joke. Guy walks into the shop.
Yeah, Tanya Roberts, though, man, that was like a childhood crush from Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, like Sean said earlier, I'm surprised that they got her for this, and then Chuck Connors.
Hey,
I mean,
Derek,
you just
did you-
never know, like
does a
what
very good
actors.
job with it.
You just never know, like what actors though are really here for a paycheck, or if they're really like, I really like this script. I don't get roles like this every day. It's
Yeah. Well, I know Connors. Connors was definitely there for a check.
yeah.
I mean,
and for being there for a check, I mean, it's still a damn good performance.
some of the bitch is almost 7 foot tall too, man. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
It looked like they had to frame him like in a certain way in certain shots in this movie to make him not look as big.
Yeah. And he's got that Texas chainsaw look later,
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wait. I'm going ahead.
It does have that type of look to it. It has a distinct look, this movie.
I think this and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre could definitely work very easily on a double bill. Like if there was like if somebody had 35 millimeter prints of these and did some kind of screening, I would love to see both of these in one night.
Oh yeah, that could be a cool double. Both are friends traveling that stop.
I'm
The rivet
now.
now
What's happening right now? Yeah, what happened? That's what I want to know. What happened? What are these mannequins?
Nice
Yeah, there's just mannequins popping out of everywhere right now.
Yeah.
What's going on,
dude? I
Cal?
actually like thinking about it now, like the headless ones, the ones where you just see a head and then the mouth moves. It's like on the floor. Like when you see those
I
throughout
love
the movie, I
that one.
feel like those are the creepiest ones.
They are. They're mad creepy. Because the mouth is the only thing that moves them.
Yeah, and the
that
head's
one
kind of
that
turning a
rocks back
bit.
and forth is cool as shit too.
I mean, it's easy to figure out the effect they're doing. It's somebody's hand through the floor moving it, but it just looks so effective the way it's done.
Y'all must be a little bit ahead of me because that damn thing just popped out of the closet where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 6:58, 6:59, 7 minutes.
Yeah, see, May, we were exact. We're exact right there. So. The one with they all look creepy as shit. Even the one with like the black like wig on, looks really weird. There's one later on that's very creepy too, and this guy must be freaking the hell out. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Are they possessed or is somebody controlling it?
I don't know. You're gonna have to see.
Yeah,
we don't know right now.
And this is creepy. I'm about to have nightmares tonight.
What's going on,
we haven't seen we haven't seen anyone else besides this guy so far. So the mystery is there of why is this all happening? But he does say at like one point here, he's like, "Let go of me," so he knows that somebody is holding his arm through that door.
Yeah, he does say that. Yep.
Yeah. And that
It almost
that one
seems like
there, man.
it almost seems like the way with everything flying and it switching back that they might have tried to film that in 3D or something.
I could see that.
I could see that like a drive-in and shit.
Yeah. I like the sound design here. This is where the sound design like really shines. Like when as soon as the pipe hits him, all the music stops, and then all you hear is just the blood dripping out of the pipe. Like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Just silence.
This I feel is like a slasher that most people will discover after they've like gone through like the major franchises, like growing up with Friday and Nightmare and stuff, and then they start diving more into 80s slashers, and then they dive into the 70s. This one's usually one that pops up at some point because this movie's gotten a lot more popular over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like over the years, it seems like you would see clips of this movie, mostly of mannequins. Or at least I would see it in like whatever, like what it might be like something like Bravo's like 100 greatest horror moments or something. Like you'll see clips or something from it. Because I know when I was a kid at my rental store, they didn't have a VHS tape of this, so I didn't see this until I was about maybe like sometime like around like 10, 11, 12 years old is when I first saw this. I didn't see it any younger than that because my video store did not have this on the shelf.
Yeah, I was probably around the same age when I saw it. 11, 12, something like that.
I was pretty young. Yeah. I think I seen it on TV, though. Late at night or some shit.
Yeah.
Might have been like USA Channel or some shit.
Slausen Oasis. Yeah, all his monologues about like the road, the highway, the old highway.
Dude, that's all he talks about is the damn highway.
It's very
it's
psycho,
like we'll be talking about something
like in that way with the like
Yeah,
have the
I've always wondered why this chick is wearing a fucking sundress while the rest of them are all like summer clothes and stuff like that.
I know. Molly's got
she's the innocent one.
Just with the hat on.
Yeah, exactly. I think what Dirk just said, like she's the innocent one. I think that's why she's probably dressed like that. She's supposed to come off as like the Alice in Wonderland character, I guess you could say.
Like more reserved, not not as loose with it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And for a very. This is another movie like with Don't Go in the House that I'm always pissed I can't include when talking about like 80 slashers. So I usually include them anyway, just to throw them in there. Especially because Don't Go in the House gets like, if you go to IMDb, some movies you see a year or a year after. So you could throw that one in there. But this movie and Don't Go in the House are very psycho-esque in some ways also. But they're very original. Both of those movies are very original, though, for being like very psycho influenced.
Right.
A lot of people seem to don't notice sometimes in this scene right here. The car is like it's broken down, it's not running, but the headlight pops out. So that just makes me feel all right, is something else at bay here controlling the fact that this car is breaking down, or did it really just break down on its own? But we'll find that out a little bit later.
Yeah.
Tanya Roberts.
And even for a late 70s like exploitation movie, there's no nudity in this movie, nothing.
Yeah, it gets by without that.
Yeah, and they even have the scene where they go swimming and stuff, and not a tip.
Oh, there is. There's in the unrated version.
JT, what year is it?
Yeah,
79. Really? Which one is who's naked in the?
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll go get I'll show you the one I got.
We can't go
Yeah,
swimming anyway.
I still have the original DVD, which is uncut, but I have the Blu-ray too, which is this is supposed to be uncut. That one right there.
I don't even know what the minute difference is between the two. I think it's only like a minute or two difference. What's that,
I think it's like, you know what? It might be like 2 minutes or something, because the total runtime is like right at an hour and a half, like 90 minutes.
Yeah. What's going on, Keith? Yeah, I think it's like only like a minute or two difference, the uncut from the regular.
This is the one I got.
With the red one. Yeah, that's what they have on Tubi all the time. Is that one? Is the uncut one?
I'm right about that text, right? There's nudity in this scene here. I mean, I'm not watching my blue, obviously,
but this is the original, full moon DVD right here.
Okay, so this is the I think this is the unrated director's cut.
Yeah, the red one is
right. Yeah, that is I had that too. That is the full version of the film, apparently.
Yeah.
But the Blu-ray that was released before this apparently was supposed to be the producer's cut, which was cut by some minutes. And I remember when I read about that when it was being released, I was like, I'm not buying that. Like, why do I want a shorter version of the film on Blu-ray?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I could have sworn there's nudity. I could be wrong.
I don't know, because I've seen that uncut one, and I've never remembered nudity in this movie or in this scene.
I mean, I just watched it a few nights ago just to be refreshed on it. I didn't see any nudity, but this scene that we're at right now, you could consider it brief.
Yeah, like I don't know, because I always remember seeing it and then saying, "Why have this scene?" Like, if they weren't gonna have some type of nudity, like it's like feels like maybe they tried to go for it, and then maybe they just said like they backed out of it and they said, "Nah, I don't feel like doing it," and they just used what they had.
Yeah.
I mean, the film is still effective without nudity, without the blatant gore or anything.
Yeah, there's no like blood or kills like that are like gory or anything in this movie. Like, it's another thing that it shares with like Texas Chainsaw, really.
Yeah. Like, overall, I feel like this film just mostly relies on a very heavily creepy atmosphere with creepy shit throughout it with the mannequins. Really, that's what it really relies on.
Now, when he says this line here, I'll bring it back up later near the end, but he says about the water moccasins in this lake. And that if you feel anything below your feet, it's just the water moccasins. Right. So keep that in mind for later, because that has like a theory attached to it that I've always wondered about.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, I was like, you know what? I never thought about that before, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
this is why it's good to have conversations with other people about these films, because sometimes somebody might bring up a theory that you never ever considered.
Exactly, that's what's fun about it.
The no nudity is like very odd for a movie of this time, because every movie I've seen from this era has like a lot of nudity.
Which cut did you watch, John? Did you watch this one or the other one?
Who, me?
Yeah, did you watch this one or the other one?
I just watched the regular the Blu-ray here. This.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm watching again here. Like, this is like whenever I watch the film now, I always just rely on this version of it. Okay, even though I have the old DVD here, but I'm keeping that because of the artwork.
Yeah. I just, for some reason, my memory's telling me that there was in that scene, but could be wrong. I might be mixing shit up with something else.
Dude, that shit happens, man.
I just mix shit up in my head all the time.
I mean, you think about it, like if you just like take a look at, like, I know you're a collector. If you just look at your collection one day, just like overlook it and be like, damn, this is a lot of shit to remember. You know, like it really is.
I love his whole museum here. I love the whole way this looks.
Yeah.
This is giving me Maniac vibes with all the mannequins.
Yeah, you know, I'm so glad you said that, because when I was watching it a couple nights ago, I was thinking that. I was like, you know, this is probably something that would like line up well with Maniac, with the mannequins and shit.
This and Maniac is a good double feature. I've watched those back to back because of the mannequins.
You could put this with, you could pair this with Eating Alive. You know?
Yeah,
that's another one.
I think it'd flow good with Eating Alive.
Like, I don't know what it is though, but like the look of this movie makes me feel like it was filmed in like 1970, not 1979. Like it just,
I know it has an older look.
It's a bit older than what it actually is.
Yeah,
it does look like maybe movie sets. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have an older look to it.
But mannequins are creepy as shit anyway. I don't give a
shit. And so he like, we see. Wait, I'll wait on that because I don't want to say anything.
But like, you know, with mentioning mannequins, I feel like that's why a lot of carnival settings and horror films are very effective. Like, just random things that are sitting around like a statue could come off as creepy as fuck, especially if it just resonates with you for some reason.
I agree with that statement. Yeah, because I am very afraid of carnival movies with carnivals.
Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I've gone to a carnival when I was a kid, and out of nowhere, I'm fixated on this random thing over here. It's just doing nothing. It's not moving, but I'm fixated on it. It's freaking me out.
And you don't know why exactly, but you just eyeing it a little now and then.
Yeah, it's like, like, I don't know why that thing's catching my eye right now, but I'm worried about it.
But like my grandmother, she had like this big, huge collection of dolls in this one room, and that shit, you know, hell no. I didn't even want that.
My mom.
That like immediately reminds me of the movie Dolls.
Yeah, I love that Stuart Gordon movie. I feel like that's such an underrated Gordon movie.
That's still my favorite Stuart Gordon movie is Dolls.
Is it? Yeah, that's a rare opinion to have, but that's awesome. Yeah, I love Dolls.
But I mean, honestly, like one of the reasons why Dolls is so big for me is because there's really a message to take from the movie. And it's, you know, it's remember the fact that you were a kid at one point and you grew up with toys and dolls and everything. And you see how the father is being so brutal with the daughter and everything. And he's mad that, you know, it's like, oh, he's got to take his daughter with the custody time for his vacation. And obviously the wife doesn't like the daughter. And it's like, wow, like the little girl is like more of an adult than the actual father is. It's like there's really just there's a couple of things to really take from that film that I feel like they're very important.
I love the character. I always forget his name, but the one who's like, it shows that everybody has like a child inside of them still. Like everyone still like yearns for like, you know, to be a child in some ways. You have that character who encapsulates that like perfectly. When he becomes like really close with the girl, because they both have that childlike mentality, and that like
because he's I think she starts showing him the dolls, and he's like, oh, an old punch doll. I used to love these things.
Yeah. He gets all excited about it.
Yeah.
What's going on, Keith? Man, I see him in the chat. Russell, Zodiac. Cal
yeah, good evening, guys.
He's saying, Dirk, what policies will you pass under your time as Horror King? Man, there are none. It's complete anarchy. Just no censorship of any kind.
That's it.
Oh my God! Yeah, congratulations, Dirk.
I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, congrats again, man.
And Darren's in the chat. He's part of this too.
Oh my God! Congrats, Darren.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh yeah. Couldn't do it without Darren, man. He's helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I think you two like really work well together, honestly.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. That Troy Howard, that was a big deal for us, man. We was like, holy shit. You know. He's like a hero, kind of.
But now that we're moving on to the part in this movie where the sun is finally going down, I feel like once the sun finally gets down, that's when the movie's gonna start getting really creepy.
Oh yeah, I mean if you're in you're in the first the actual location, that's like supposed to have all those mannequins. Then you go and you walk across the way and there's a house and that's all filled with mannequins, like posed all creepily. Then you know that you're in some fucked up situation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely unusual.
That one looks so creepy. That one that she looks down at with the smiley face. Yo, that one is such a creepy mannequin.
Oh my god, I was about to say the same
Fuck
thing.
that mannequin, yo.
And then that girl walked into the room and there's a mannequin next to her that almost looks identical to her. I don't know if that was set up purposely like that, but like,
moving.
Yeah, you see that?
You're gonna get a lot of that.
What is that?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's actually really easy to miss. Like, if you're not really paying attention, you can miss the eyes moving.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is he and is the whatever it is looking through those eyes?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like can it see out of them?
Right.
That's something I've always wondered too.
Look at that shit.
This is creepy. This is super creepy. Why is his tongue out?
The killer's mask is so creepy in this too. The mask, which is covers everything but the mouth.
It's like it's like
and that's
Carrie,
Woody's hat, the guy from the beginning.
Kind of like Carrie in a way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good
example.
example.
Controlling everything.
That's Woody's hat that he's wearing. The guy from the beginning.
Yeah, well, you'll figure that out a little bit later.
Wait, okay, but
you kind of figure it out right in this
or
scene. I feel like, you know, like it's like
a supernatural slasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just based on body language, you could tell he is, you know, controlling shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like we never know what exactly the extent of his control is.
Yeah.
But then it leaves other questions. Is something controlling him?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is it another something?
I love the music box music to this. It's such a great little melody.
Yeah, this is Pino Donaggio, right?
Yeah. The score.
Okay. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm not sure on that one.
I think I remember seeing the name in the credits.
It's him. Yeah, it's him. It's a great score.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
I mean, he did so many movies.
Yeah, no, he did.
Now, I like when Mr. Slausen's like, "Hey, this is my wife. Isn't she beautiful?" I don't know about that, pal.
I'd have to see her pre-mannequin.
That's totally normal now.
I don't know about that one there, dude.
$350,000 budget.
Wow. It's not bad.
Yeah.
For what they put together.
And I mean, I'd say overall, you probably have to be a horror fan to really appreciate a movie like this. But for people like us, this movie's still effective, and it's amazing to see that they got a movie done on that kind of budget that's still effective today.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite full moon.
He is tall. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, if we're considering this as full moon, even though it is Charles Band, it's pre-full moon, but if we're putting this in there, this is absolutely my favorite full moon associated Charles Band anything.
I think I would have to agree, actually.
Yeah.
If
if we're talking Full Moon, it's like when it was formed, then Castle Freak would have to be my favorite one.
Yeah, that's a big one too. But like, I mean, for me, it's got to be Tourist Trap or Puppet Master. It's one of those two, I think. But Castle Freak is definitely right behind there.
How did Full Moon get Pino Donaggio?
Hey man, he was hard up, man. He must have had a gambling problems, some shit.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I got to do this movie, Tourist Trap.
Take that like with a grain of salt. That's what you get for listening to the internet, you know.
You can't forget demonic toys, though.
Demonic toys.
Yeah, demonic.
I love
it's a fun one, but Tourist Trap for me, like,
oh, so much better. Like the Puppet Master movies, I can't stomach them after like the third one. But
hey, have you seen The Littlest Reich, the newest one?
Yeah. I've seen all 15 or 16 of them.
There's
two
like of them. There's two of The Littlest Reich.
The Littlest
Reich. I saw with you. Remember, GT, the one I saw with you.
There's like 3 Axis something. They're like Axis Rising and Axis another. There's like a whole trilogy. Like
The Littlest Reich, though. I had fun with that one.
Okay, which one?
It could have been fatigue at that point because I was suffering through that whole series because I never saw past the third, so everyone was a blind watch, and just everyone was getting worse and worse.
It's the newest. I think it's the newest one, unless they put another one out.
I think Littlest Reich is the newest one.
It is, yeah. Then they put out a spin-off with Dr. Death.
That one,
right?
That's the new spin-off, but. Yeah, the Littlest Reich is the last one, like official Puppet Master.
I tried the Littlest Reich. I couldn't do it, man. It's just not. It doesn't feel like a Puppet Master movie to me.
Oh, a lot of them are like that.
I like it, man. It's not the greatest.
Versus Demonic Toys. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I had fun with it.
But I mean, another thing is like referring back to what you're saying, JT. Like after the third movie, they get hard to watch. Like after the third movie, the puppets become good. They're not little menacing bastards anymore. They're actually they're good guys now out of nowhere.
I actually like that that they actually. It depends who their master is at the time. On how they act, like whether they're bad or they're good. If they're working for like Toulon and stuff, or his like descendants and his bloodline, then they're the good guys and they're trying to protect them. But if they were under like some bad guy's control, then they're killer fucking dolls, like in the first 2 movies. That's an interesting concept. But I don't know. I can't stomach.
It's been a real long time since I've seen the Puppet Masters. For sure.
The theme song though is fucking fantastic. That's like top tier horror score. Is the song.
Yeah, that's definitely like I remember when I was a kid and I would rent the Full Moon movies. Sometimes inside the VHS tape, you would get a little paper catalog where you could actually order like the Full Moon dolls, like the Puppet Master dolls. I remember looking at them. And being like, I don't have $180 for these fucking puppets. I'm never gonna get these things. Like, I'm never gonna be able to buy these things. Like, what the hell, man?
Which one of those was your favorite? I mean, I know it's cliche to say, but mine would be Blade. You know, I mean,
Blade is badass.
Blade to me was always the most attractive. Like that. Actually, Blade is the reason why I really wanted to see the Puppet Master movies. Right. From looking at the back of the VHS tape, as soon as I saw Blade, I was like, I want to watch this.
Yeah, he has such a great design to him. Probably because I have a bunch of the figurines and shit.
And the little headed dude.
Except for Blade, for some reason, I don't have Blade. But there's that one.
Tunler's a good one. Tunler with the grill on his head.
Yeah.
But I really like when Torch pops up in part 2 and he sets that little kid on fire. That's like whipping him with he's like playing with his toys and he whips him. And out of nowhere, his eyes light up red, and he lights them on fire.
Six shooter,
trap jaw, or whatever the hell, trap jaw looking son of a bitch.
Yeah, Calendar is somehow like on the production side. It's something to do with Full Moon, or they re-released it or something like that. So I know Scott Spiegel directed it. I think Full Moon like put it out or distributed or produced it, something like that. Because that was '89, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite slasher kill ever. Yeah, well, you're lucky in a way, Zodiac. They're not all great. What's up, Phil?
Hey, what's going on?
Do you guys count House of Wax as an unofficial remake, 2005? Yeah, I'd consider it a remake of the original House of Wax.
I've only
That's
seen
actually,
the remake
Yeah,
of the House of Wax.
yeah, that's an underrated movie. It's not too bad actually. Paris Hilton gets it through the
I
head
enjoy
with
it.
a pipe, like that's fun.
y'all seen
It's
the
Yeah.
the
a fun
Vincent
one.
Price one? I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original is a fun one too. I haven't seen it in
I mean,
forever. That cool, like
both
comparison.
films are definitely, both films are good in their own right. I
Yeah,
mean, like if you're gonna really compare them, I would say the remake is more like upbeat. It's got maybe a little bit better pacing to it,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd say overall, like the best thing about the House of Wax remake is really just the effects, especially at the
yeah.
end there when everything's on fire and all the wax is melting down. Like, that looks
yeah,
fucking crazy, man.
yeah. It's a very good looking movie, which I feel got forgotten and like rarely
But
brought up.
I know when I first saw the House of Wax remake, I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. So it actually took a couple watches for me to really appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a
I remember
decent
when it
amount of
came
movies that
out.
are
Yeah.
like that.
I think it came out in 05.
Yeah, '05, I think. Yep. Now Chuck Connors doesn't play Davy in a little bit. That's somebody else because Davy's credited as with another actor's name. Because this
Yeah,
guy
I think
has the
you are.
creepiest. He has the creepiest fucking voice ever. The whole little girl, all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
so creepy and effective. Like that sells his character so much.
It's like a little strange that you're able to like do that almost 100% right.
We're going to
Like,
have a party.
yeah.
He's fucking great. That voice. It's unsettling as shit.
She's very brave because there's no way I'm walking in a room full of mannequins.
Yeah, damn
Absolutely
right. She's
not.
braver than my ass. There's no way I'd be in that room either. I'd be so far away from that location.
But apparently, Mr. Slausen, he is so overflowed with mannequins that he's got to put them in the hallways of his house.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. There's so much. He has such a collection that they just take up every room, every square inch of this whole
He's
house.
holding them for Frank
His
Zito, right?
museum.
yeah, he's producing them for Frank
That's
Zito. Yeah.
Supplier. That's Frank's Supplier.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
creepy one.
He sells
You
them
can
to
see
Frank
Mr.
Zito.
Slausen now, like people saying, like, so who you make these for? I make them for one client, Frank Zito.
It makes sense too, time wise. 79. Frank didn't go on his killing spree till 80.
Right.
Ah, shit.
This is a
One of
great
them's moving. It almost looks like Leatherface.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does look like Leatherface. I was just thinking,
And
The
like,
like
hair.
I've
the
seen that
different
face
faces, the
before.
different masks. Yeah.
Right.
Like the black wig and shit.
And the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what, like right there. So that means he made her mannequin body move, and then he was hiding in the corner. That's what I take from that. That's so creepy with the eyes that light up.
Because women don't know how to scream, because I would have been screaming my lungs like out.
I don't think anything but a mannequin would hear you.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, not only are you dealing with the psychotic, but he's got superpowers. It's so creepy, man. I forgot.
It really is just so eerie. The way it's shot, the shots of him with the mask on.
I would love to know the total amount of mannequins they used in this movie.
And you know they beat the hell out of the actors back then. You know, shit.
Yeah,
They didn't care.
All those bruises on her face, that ain't makeup or anything.
You know, like back then too, like some like filmmakers would be like, well, if you don't like it, you could just leave the set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All that is so
different
mannequin sounds.
different times back then, man.
Yeah, there's plenty of nudity in this movie, man.
Yeah, mannequin nudity. That's right.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was rated PG.
That's a big part of this is the score and the sound design.
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. The sound design, especially, and the score is so creepy.
Now that's creepy right there. She's already on the floor and all the mannequins are like moving around over her. Ah!
Speaking of full moon, Larry's got some cool stuff coming in Wednesday and beyond excited about. Awesome. Full moon stuff is always a fun time.
Yeah, like I mean, my only issue that I really have with Full Moon is I just wish they were a little bit better with their HD transfers.
Oh yeah, they're horrible physical media.
A lot of like Full Moon Blu-rays I have, I'm sitting there watching, I'm just like, where's the upgrade? I don't see it.
Shit. They're cheap as hell though, so they get away with it, you know. They get away with that, and so I got Scorpion with Two Tails. It is dog shit. It looks like a rip off of VHS, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They have like their own channel on Tubi now. It's just the Full Moon channel. It's got like all their movies and stuff. Some of them still, like whatever transfers they are terrible looking. Like Shrieker from like 96 or something like that. That looks awful. Like, it really looks like worse than a soap opera on TV.
You ever get into the subspecies?
I've seen the first two, but it's been forever. I saw the first two because the second one's Bloodstone, right?
Yeah.
After that, I don't think I saw anything after that.
Yeah.
Like I had the first two subspecies movies, but I've like what was it like? Not even like 2 weeks ago, I finally saw the second one.
They got a new one out, I think, too. They just came.
Yeah, I think there's like a fifth movie now or something like that.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like last year or the year before, something they got a fifth or sixth one.
Spy ass pictures.
This scene is
but yeah,
so
I don't.
Scary. What happens to this poor girl?
I find it really weird though that Puppet Master 3 is available on 4K, but why isn't 1 and 2 available on 4K yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Full Moon has the rights to the whole series, so it's weird.
That's what I don't get. I'm like, why did they start with Puppet Master 3 on 4K and not the other two?
Maybe that's their best seller out of the series or something.
Maybe
Could be right. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Like now you mention it. When I saw that, I just found that to be really weird. I was like, okay, Puppet Master 3 is on 4K, but where's 1 and 2?
The whole World War II shit throughout all those movies too doesn't do anything for me. I'm not like a big war movie or World War II guy, so all of that like plot doesn't do anything for me at all. And then the puppets,
the Nazis started the shit with the puppets.
Yeah, and then there's like ninjas fighting fucking Nazis, and then there's other ones. There's like dead people, but they look like mummies. It gets so out there with every movie. They try turning a guy into a puppet at some point.
And I don't know what she's thinking. You know, like what are you? You must be really bored. Be jacking around with
I mean, and Slausen's just sitting there in his makeup room.
Yeah.
Like he's got all the time in the world to go fuck with this girl.
And he got all dressed up now to come and mess with them.
He's a director and all the actors of the villains. And
see, like in his mind, he thinks that everybody he kidnapped, he thinks that they're all his friends. They're all there to hang out. They're all there willingly.
Yeah, and he's gonna turn them into one of them.
He's there to entertain. He's a great host.
But that is such a creepy voice. I love that.
We are going to have a party.
Yeah, party.
We're gonna have a party. Like this is, I think, one of the most effective kills in a movie. Like with no blood, no nothing. Like it's just from what this guy says. Like,
I mean, I definitely agree with you because, like, I can't stand the thought of like being buried alive. So claustrophobia is definitely something that.
I don't know.
Just the whole idea of claustrophobia and being caved in like that is like, ugh.
Yeah.
Doesn't
This guy's
matter.
chew at that rope like a monkey.
Oh my goodness! Yep.
Now, the girl that's tied down right now, why does it look like a different actress?
That's somebody that he found on the side of the road. Like,
she was there.
Oh, this is just a random girl, so it's not the other girl. That
Yeah,
I find that to be confusing sometimes when I watch this.
I can see that because
he's
probably a passing line or two that she says.
Oh no, I know where
she's
this
probably
is
been
going.
there probably a few days or something.
Yeah.
He sounds very creepy.
Yeah.
I almost get this kind of like looking at him and all the makeup with the mask. I almost get this like Elvis vibe. Like
I know, me too. I think that all the time.
Elvis is like a horror icon in this.
I was thinking he looked more like a mutated Liberace, you know.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Liberace.
I can see that. Now I'm never gonna unsee those.
All he needs is one of those sequin coats, you know.
Now I don't know what the material is they're using here. Maybe it's marshmallow.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah. Looks like it. But that's
Tanya Roberts. Damn, I know I keep saying that.
It's fine.
Derek, I agree, man. She is definitely eye candy. You know, like
that's why they keep her alive for a while.
Right.
It could have easily been her.
No. Oh gosh.
But
now he throws it up her entire face.
Oh, it's a
Your
horrible
heart
way
will
to
burst
die.
from fright before you lose consciousness.
Yeah, that's a horrible way
You
to
will
die.
never see me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just the way the sound stops and the heartbeat stops.
God.
Like, that's terrible, man. That's evil.
That is
fucking
evil.
evil.
Wow.
I can't fathom the thought of being buried alive. So, like, just this whole scene here, it makes my anxiety go up a bit.
I feel you, Sean.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
the same way.
And then just like
Jesus.
imagine being in that position and just you got to just listen to everything he's saying, because then anyone with anxiety knows.
It's pretty.
They start explaining like symptoms, and you start feeling those symptoms. So he'll start saying that shit, and then you're feeling it tenfold. Terrible.
And it's being explained to you in the most creepiest voice ever.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not even like what it was like.
That's the last shit you hear.
Sounding like helpful TV, like documentary.
And this dude's like a little too late, ain't he?
Yeah. He's taking too long chewing through the fucking rope.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a horrific scene that sticks with you.
I mean, especially like you said before, how it's like there's nothing graphic about it. There's no gore. There's no blood. It's just the whole idea of being suffocated like that or buried alive.
Yeah,
just,
it's very like psychologically unsettling.
Yes.
And Molly's a trooper, man. She's just like thinks everything's fine this whole time. She's just staying here at this place. I'll stay here, wait for Miss Slausen.
I like when she starts screaming for him. It's like, Mr. Slausen! She's screaming for him.
Was she ever in anything like ever again after this? Because this is the only thing I've ever seen her in. Jocelyn Jones.
I'm gonna look that up.
What's going on, Brian?
Hey,
Brian's dead?
Yeah, Brian goes blue, man.
Oh, Brian goes blue. What's up, Brian?
How's it going, Brian?
What was I just looking up? Okay.
All right, so now we can talk a little more because now the plot's out like here. So obviously this guy fucking kidnaps people and makes mannequins out of them. So earlier on, when they're in that lake, right, and he says that if you feel something, like below your feet, it's the water moccasins that fill up this place at night. Do you think that all like the people that he kidnaps and turns into mannequins, like are their bodies underneath the mannequins, or does he dispose of some of his victims in that lake? And that's his little line of like covering it up a bit, saying, "Oh, if you feel something down there, it's just water moccasins." But his body's maybe that he's discarded in there.
There's got to be something down there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't consider that at all until you mentioned that, like before the stream, and I was like, "Fuck." Now I got something else to think into with this movie, but it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, because especially we see that he makes masks too. Like he doesn't just like turn them into mannequins, so he makes his own mask also. So I'm sure maybe he uses like parts of their faces and shit and gets rid of the rest. There's a lot of stuff that like you can go. No, which is cool. That there's like no explanation for it.
No.
So he's just like carrying. That's it.
That's what's good about it.
Apparently, the blonde-headed girl, her name was Jocelyn Jones.
Yeah.
After this movie, she didn't really do any other movies, but she actually became an acting teacher.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It says here. Says Jocelyn Jones is one of Hollywood's most prized secret weapons, a legendary acting teacher for 30 years.
Oh, wow. I would not have guessed that. I felt like that's what I thought she did, just like stopped acting.
Like she's definitely got some credits that she's just not like movies that are really standing out. Like there's a lot of movies here that just don't look familiar to me.
Yeah.
But it looks like she was in 15 movies.
Okay.
I'm basing this off of IMDb.
That's cool. I had no idea that she went on to be like a pretty prolific
actor. This is the last girl that hasn't been caught, right? She's the last one to be
caught.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the innocent one. See, she's wearing white, so you can.
Yeah.
She's not all wearing the
slutty She had that awesome sun hat earlier.
And she was the one. She was covering herself when he showed up.
I do like that aspect doesn't stick out though. Like you have to really be paying attention to that. Like it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It's there, but you really have to be like, invested to really pay attention to that.
That's very like Texas Chainsaw, the mask that he's wearing now. Now it has the lipstick, the like on the cheek.
Yeah. So y'all are a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah, he's chasing after her, holding the head.
Yeah. Shit.
I mean, as if my mask that I'm wearing, well, it doesn't creep you out. Maybe this one will.
I know. Just in case my mask, he isn't fucking just a head of a mannequin.
And I got one in my back pocket here that's going to scare the shit out of you. But, like getting back to Jocelyn Jones, like you can, it's obvious that she's a very young actress in this, but I think she does a really good job.
Oh, yeah. I think she's a very underrated final girl. She's one that I always mention when final girls come up. Nobody ever mentions Molly from this movie.
Something that I just now noticed, though. So has he got like split personalities and all of them are psychotic?
That's what it seems like, right? Because because he's him and the brother.
Yeah.
And they're both not right.
Maybe he was the inspiration for that movie Split.
Yeah, that was the thing. There are actual water moccasins there.
There you go. So this movie took a lot of inspiration from Texas Chainsaw because the chase scene with the light reflecting like that in blue.
Yeah,
reminds me a lot of the chase Chainsaw.
Oh yeah. For sure.
This is like
so many have though. If you think about it.
Yeah. I think this is a very good blend between like Texas Chainsaw and Psycho.
Right.
Yeah.
That aspects of both of them. But then the whole telekinetic
I would even say I would say Carrie as well,
Yeah, with the telekinesis.
Like we're almost an hour into this. Now this is a movie that I would consider overall at times it could be slow paced, but it's still such an easy watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the
it flows pretty well.
Yeah.
Darren said, "Texas, wake up."
Oh, I'm awake.
Yeah, sometimes you got to give him a kick in the ass.
I love how Connors just stops the car. Just Slausen when she says he's wearing a mask.
Like she can't even describe him, She don't even know what to say. Some horrible man.
Oh,
is it an animal that attacked his brother?
Some animal. And then he asks, so what mask was he wearing? Like it matters?
Yeah, then like as soon as he starts going into an explanation for whatever the mask means, that's when you should get out of the car. It's like, oh, it's just it's trying to look like me.
Slausen, you're asking the wrong questions now, man.
I mean, he was definitely hiding him,
It looks like a doll's face. That's how he looked when he was a little boy. That's concerning. I mean, he looks a lot better now as an adult. I love that.
He always wanted everything I had, including my faith.
I love the driving he's doing.
He always comes to the radio. Sounds like Jay Real. Right, Dirk?
What's that?
I said he always comes to the radio. Sounds like Jay Real,
Oh, yeah. He goes to the radio, all right.
I wonder why he goes through this whole charade here of giving the gun to her.
But if you think about it, even the scene when the cook brings the girl in the pickup truck back to the house, it kind of reminds me of that. And
yeah, with Grandpa like smacking the shit out of her with the broomstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely see the influences this movie had. But
I just love how the killer's like, he's kind of like a director. He's like creating his own thing.
Yeah, it's like he's making his own movie, like because he can do whatever he wants with his mind.
JT, like I think the reason why he's giving her the gun is because he's enjoying all this.
Yeah, that's
he's getting a thrill out of it. He's like, all right, I want you to chase me now with the gun. That's why he's handing her the gun.
This is so funny. Yeah, the way she screams. It's just Slausen. And the fucking subtitles on Prime say Mr. Clausen. I don't know why the subtitles say Clausen on Shudder.
Yeah, they say it here too. Mr. Clausen.
Now it says Mr. Slausen. But it said Mr. Clausen the first time.
AI needs to get it together.
Yeah, these subtitle guys, they got to get it right. Been fine.
I don't even have subtitles on the Blu-ray. They don't even give you subs.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Really? Oh, I haven't watched it in a few years.
But there is 2 audio tracks.
I mean, he really wanted to get shot with blanks, though? I mean, that shit still hurts.
Yo, he just came out of nowhere with the other costume on. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
that's the leather face one from Texas Chainsaw 4,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next generation.
He's trying to look like the chick from earlier, right? With the
choked out with the scarf, right? Yeah.
I think you're right, dude. Yeah.
He might have gotten the wig from one of the women.
Bang, bang, you're dead. Bang, bang, you're dead.
Yeah.
That kid's so funny. And this is when we find out he has no fucking brother. Well, he did, but
dude, the look on her face right now. Like the look on her face right now is like the most convincing acting ever.
That's what I said earlier. Like her reactions are phenomenal throughout this movie.
And this is where it's like,
she legit looks terrified.
Yeah, she does. And then like later on, she like looks nuts. Like her mind's breaking. Like the way it's shot and the way that her expressions are.
Why she? I mean, you should have got rid of Mills a long time ago, right?
I love that when the mask comes off and she's like, "You."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, who the fuck was she expecting?
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like a rocket surgeon.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not like it's a decent twist. I mean, I saw this so young. I don't remember if I saw the twist coming that it was him, but like it's pretty heavily hinted at. Like as it goes along. I mean, every time he disappears is when like Davey appears, his brother kills somebody, and then he comes back and nothing happens. I don't know how the fuck he got in there, and he's holding his breath all this time. Get out of here.
Do you think that there is like one of those personalities that's truly good though?
No.
Or you just think he's completely twisted and
I mean, I think he's completely just nuts, no matter what personality he's taken on, because he gives legal advice later. Well, he doesn't give it, but he says a man has a legal right to kill his wife.
Yeah.
And all that's serious.
So I feel like he's definitely like on the crazy side already.
Dude, when I heard that line, I had to look that up on Google. I was like, wait a second, that's not an actual law, right?
So funny. The fact that the way he says it is so funny.
Because he's like sitting there, like he's like all spaced out looking. You could tell he's just not in his right frame of mind at all, and he's just like a man has the right to shoot his wife down if she's fornicating or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Well, there is a Louisiana law. I don't know, it's crime of passion, but you have to kill them both, and you got to catch them in the act.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what pretty much the scenario he describes. So maybe back then, maybe he had the right. Maybe he did.
Right.
I wonder if there's ever been any times where like the person got on the phone with the cops. Look, I got a situation here. I could kill them both.
Yeah.
Am I going to get locked up
you're
or
doing
not?
This shit is so creepy when he starts making the other one talk. Because how's the soup? The soup's very good. Yeah, that shit's so eerie. Puts a mask on too.
Oh yeah, he's sitting here having dinner with himself. This is a good scene.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it's very good. Yeah. You want crackers? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yes, I want
the damn monkey ass clown music comes in.
And then
I mean, as soon as he puts the mask on, too, his voice changes.
Shit.
It's so funny. I love the slow-mo pan for no
The
reason.
head falling off.
But now we can actually see Chuck Connors' mouth as he's doing that voice. You can see like his lips don't really move when he's making that voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine waking up like anywhere. Like you would hope that you're just not at this place anymore. But then you wake up and you're still here.
He's just lonely, man. He's been there too long, you know.
That's it, exactly. I mean, he's probably went through all those mannequins in any way that you can.
Right.
I mean, he's really like resorting to. He's got to kidnap people from the.
But he's got him an innocent one now, you know.
Yeah.
He probably talks to the water moccasins late at night.
Right.
Yeah, he's sitting there talking back when the highway was bustling.
You know, you water moccasins are my only real friends.
But like his
But
laugh,
don't snap at me or I'll make a coat out of you. You know?
I'll fashion you into the next 7 wigs for my mannequins. I would love to have one of the masks from this movie.
I need to really do a deep dive on this one and figure out with Chuck Connors and all that shit, like, because it's so crazy, like thinking about like.
I know, and
him playing this role.
And he just does a great job, whether he's trying hard or not. Like he really just comes off as disturbing in some of these scenes.
I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what I think the most disturbing scene is when we get to it, but it's cut off by a certain thing, which is pretty funny. But it is like kind of borderline. Like, ooh, this is a little inappropriate here.
What's going on, Chris?
Yeah,
Chris C in here.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Sean. What scene?
Like right now, he's like caressing her neck, which is kind of borderline. You know, it's like, ugh.
I always forget how long these two are actually down in the basement.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to keep the hottest chick alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
He's checking her pulse. Yeah, right.
Dude, him playing with the 2 dolls, like bouncing on his legs right there, is so fucking weird.
Yeah, that was so really creepy. I think we're all gonna have nightmares tonight with this.
That's like almost like the Shining bear giving head to the guy in the hotel room level weird. Like,
There's a whole family of those in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's definitely got multiple personalities.
Right.
Yeah, like he's acting like a kid there, and he says earlier that what mask was he wearing, and he's saying that's him trying to be him as a kid.
Right.
So it makes sense that he's playing with all these dolls like he's a
little girl right there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, right? Because that ain't no guy I've ever seen. Looks like an Asian woman, an Asian blonde.
Right. Well, he can't help his height, he's 7 foot tall.
and then he's got
7 foot tall blonde Asian.
And he's got Henry Kissinger in there.
They start playing the game.
Like I wonder if all those mannequins are like people. They've all been.
That's what I'm thinking. That they are real.
At one point, they were somebody that crossed paths with Slausen, and he made mannequins out of them or whatever.
This guy's made a shit ton of people into mannequins.
I mean, every mask is creepy as shit that's used in the film. Every one of them.
And like, I think overall, like any mask that Chuck Connors is wearing is so effective because, like, the chin part, the jaw is obviously glued to his chin there, which you see the movement of the mask.
Right.
Just want to say we've had like a steady 17, 18 people in chat this whole time. So just thanks everybody for hanging out and watching.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hi everyone in the panel. In the chat, I mean, I cannot really see
you're
the
on
chat.
the panel.
Yeah, you guys the other way around.
That never really happens. So
you're not used to where you're at now, so now you're
You know what? Like, actually, because, like, I always do watch parties on my channel, and I'm not, like, running it tonight, so I'm like, all right, good. I don't have to take care of the comments. I can actually, it's one less thing I have to do tonight.
That dude did his own stunt when he jumped out the window.
Yeah, you can see it's definitely, like, 2 different cameras, same guy.
The breakaway glass.
Feel like this mask, like this Asian baby mask, is kind of similar to the Alice Sweet Alice mask, which is very similar to the Valentine mask from Valentine. Those masks have like the cherub cheeks on them is what links them all together for me.
I see the resemblance.
Yeah.
So then you gotta count the Happy Death Day.
Yeah, Happy Death Day too.
Baby.
That baby look.
Yeah.
That's a cool mask. The fat baby. It's got the one tooth. What on earth is you, child?
Russell said he's watching this on PrudeTube.
PrudeTube. That's funny.
PrudeTube sounds a little naughty. Just
here comes the hero. He's gonna save the day.
That's right.
Yeah,
to save good old her fucking name in this movie. I never remember.
I hope they don't ever try to remake this.
Yeah, no, this is a movie. I feel like they killed me to get this remade.
I definitely could see it happen.
Yeah. Like I was really thinking about that a few nights ago. I was like, if they remake this, it's gonna be a disaster. I know it.
I mean, Maniac the remake is like I think one of the greatest remakes of all time. So I mean, it can rarely.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
I
love
it. Oh, Spinell's great. I love the last horror show too, or Fanatic it's called too. I think he does better in that than in Maniac. Spinell.
Yeah, that shit's insane. That's like guerrilla filmmaking.
That was during the whole Cannes festival.
Right.
They were going all over the festival just shooting. Same with Maniac in Manhattan. They were just in and out of places.
Out of his mind.
I mean, unfortunately, we live in that era now where remakes are being tossed out left and right. So I think it's important to be open-minded for that aspect, because you never know what you're gonna like or what's gonna hit for you or whatever. But just the idea of getting it off the ground is always dreadful for me. It's like, we're doing it.
It's definitely got to be the right filmmaker. The right
director, absolutely. And writers too, most of the time.
Yep. You don't need 7, 8 writers though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what they do nowadays.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, and it never turns out well.
Right.
Never understood that. Having to hire extra people to polish a fucking script.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only blood you really see in this movie is when she gets it in the back of the neck there.
Yeah. You got my girl.
I think he looks so scared, it's so weird,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The personalities. His personality just changed there for a second.
And he goes, "Oh no, I killed the hot girl."
Yeah, like he was concerned with
dumbass.
Yeah, I killed the hot one.
Ding ding ding.
Madness.
Now Molly's waking up. She ain't gonna be at this a second ass time waking up in this place.
Well, time to have a new bride.
Yeah.
May is our #1 woman YouTuber, says Russell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Russell, you're so sweet. I would love to be, but as you can hear, there's a crying baby in the background. Who thinks differently?
Now that is a woman's hands, though, in the scene. Like, what the fuck is going on?
He might have been controlling her body, right? To do that shit.
Girl. Probably.
Well, I get the vibe though. I feel like that scene when she was being fed the water. I feel like she dreamt that or something. Like it didn't really happen.
Yeah, possible. Anything's possible in this day.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Jamie. Lord help me, this cold.
What's going on?
Hey, Jamie.
Well,
hey, what's up, Jamie? Hope you feel better. But this is why I like classic horror films like this from this era. We don't really get a whole bunch of origin shit, a bunch of stuff that really look into backstory. That's the stuff that really lingers in your head and makes you really think into a movie.
Right. You don't need a ton of exposition,
Yeah.
We get pretty much like none of it in this movie. It's very good with
you get little clues, and then it's like run with it.
Together.
You figure it out.
It leaves the mystery up to you to figure it out.
Like most people watching this the first time, you're gonna put together that Molly looks like his wife and reminds him of his wife. Like you see it multiple times, her going over and looking at the wife mannequin and stuff. And then he does say it. He says, "You remind me of her" and stuff. That's all that they throw in there, though. So, like besides that, if you're not paying attention, then you could easily miss that.
Now you just mentioned that, so we're not clear exactly what the hell's going on. So is it possible that the spirits are possessing him and haunting him to do this type of shit, or like from his wife and her lover?
That's another theory.
I just thought of it.
Something,
I don't know.
That's good. It's something making him do this.
Yeah.
I mean, all this shit we're coming up with, like nothing's wrong. Like everything makes sense that's being mentioned here tonight.
So many different theories with this movie.
Because he looks like there's moments like there's a shred of humanity in him.
Yeah.
Right, like he's struggling with his morals or whatever.
And he says earlier in the scene with the plaster before he puts it on the girl's face, he says that his powers, he likes it. It feels good, but they scare me. So he has some type of fear for like his powers and what he's able to do.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, now all the mannequins are fucking moving and shit.
Yeah.
Which calls it to question how much of this is him, because you see him moving his eyes around, so it looks like he's controlling most of this. But then, like, they start coming alive more and more of them, and then you wonder, are they alive? They can come like alive on their own, or it has to be him.
She's like, stop! She can't take it anymore.
Her reaction is excellent. He's just like, what is going on? Like, please, this has to stop.
He's like, okay, starts feeling bad and shit, you know.
Oh man. This used to be my brother's room before he lived on the highway.
He's dead now. He's dead now. Yeah, I killed his ass. Why move her like from the bed she was in just to put her upstairs and put a whole like little thing next to her with a candle and tuck her into like a mattress? Why couldn't he just leave her in the bed in the room that he was in earlier?
Or maybe that room is where his wife might have stayed, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the attic. It looks like the attic.
Now this is the creepiest part for me.
Oh yeah.
He puts the mask on her and he starts making out with her. So it's like, oh, imagine if that mask wasn't there.
Yeah, it's creepy as shit. And he's like, "Tell me you love me." And
yeah.
But it's like he wants her to look older, you know, or something so weird.
And then like the mask, like it almost looks like real skin and everything too. That like she just looks extra creepy. And then he's just going in for the big kiss, and it's like fuck. The only thing separating the inappropriateness is that mask.
Probably because it's smiling. You know?
I think it's more inappropriate with the mask somehow.
He's like, oh, you know.
And he's still in her face. It's like he's still.
Yeah, he's like right up in her personal. And like I said, her reaction, her eyes are bugging. Like she's looking at him, like she is staring into the goddamn abyss.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's just
now there's no rubber protection between it.
Yeah. But to me, that scene is kind of creepy, though. Once he puts that mask on her and starts kissing her, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, this is a movie. I feel like when they made this movie, they didn't realize how creepy and effective this movie was when they made it.
Yeah, I think that is true, man. I don't think they knew how effective this would have been.
Yeah, like they thought they were just making some like B-rated fucking horror movie, and some people see it, most people won't. But they really made like an effective, creepy ass movie.
But see the change in him right there.
Yeah,
how he snapped out of it a bit, and that's when he admits that he killed his brother and his wife.
Yeah,
even the sound of his voice is a bit different.
Yeah, the pit's a good.
They were whoring behind my back.
Yeah, I have a legal right to kill them both.
But I feel like Chuck Connors does such a good job with delivering the lines here. You almost feel bad for him. Like, he got cheated on by his fucking wife with the brother, and this is why he killed them, and this is probably why he lost his damn mind.
Oh, yeah. He does a great job through all of this. I feel this is such an underrated performance in a 70s horror movie.
And she's even sitting there kind of looking like, oh my God, I can't believe they whored behind your back.
So where is this at? Do y'all know? Where's this?
Yeah, I don't know, but it definitely looks like it's out west somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere like Southwest or something like that.
Like New Mexico, Nevada, or Arizona.
Very Southern-esque throughout this movie.
Well, you know what though? No, wait a minute. I forgot that little army car in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's got a California plate on it.
Well, that makes sense. But they're traveling along the road, so it could be somewhere in the Southwest.
Because he just said the law says that it's all good. You know, you're like,
it's all good. The law says, yeah, it's good. Yeah, just as long as they're together, you catch them in the act.
Yeah, you kill one of them, you're doing life. You know,
you kill both of them.
Yeah, you're good. Temporary insanity, crime of passion.
Can't have children. Got to kill them too.
The law says I can take any mannequin I want.
There is.
That's another thing. Is
look,
the
mannequins are naked.
Yeah,
they are. Some have no legs. Oh wait, no, that one has legs. Oh,
yeah, it's hard to make it out.
Yeah, it looks like little bird legs.
Trying to see. It did say California though on the plate, right?
Yeah, it was like a blue license plate with yellow writing, and it did say California on there. But that's not 100% true. But it's it's if I see a license plate, I assume that's the state.
Yeah, but they were from out of town though, right?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because I always assume that they're driving cross country or they're driving somewhere on like a highway, so they can be going anywhere through like Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, where they run into this tourist trap.
I'm trying to figure it out right quick. Let's see.
Now this is the part where we see the guy Jerry. He shows up again. This is a really cool scene. See, Slausen already knows the deal, so he wants to see how she plays this out here.
Yeah. And I love how she's no fucking fucks given. She's just like, yo, shoot him, Jerry.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, like enough. Eileen and Becky, that's the girls' names.
I'll be telling him to kill him as well.
Kill him. Yeah, right? Yeah, kill this motherfucker. Are you serious? What he just put us all through?
So the UK title was Nightmare of Terror.
Really? I never heard that actually, and I think that's a terrible title. I'm glad that Tourist Trap is way better than that.
Yeah.
Oh no! It looks like Jerry is a mannequin too.
Yeah, which is cool, but there's no fucking way he had time to turn his ass into a mannequin. Like
how did the mannequin stop? No, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, stop!
Yes. I love how he takes his head and smashes it on the ground. Oh, that's great.
Oh wow, that was a great twist. That was an awesome twist.
So now her trauma is really kicking in. She knows she's never going to get out of there.
Oh, yeah. This is not happening. Her reaction's great. Well, this part of the music right here, this is what you can hear in Puppet Master in the beginning.
Yeah.
This movie's insane.
See, like that, like those shots where like they look all human, the mannequins. Like, is that all him bringing them up to life, or is that like, do they have an ability to come to life?
Or is he?
Oh, there goes the creepy one here at the end with that giant smile.
Oh yeah.
Or is he just screwing with her mind? Like, is he like?
What is
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that creepy ass witchy looking one, that witchy woman.
Yeah, like that's the creepiest looking one, I think.
Yeah.
Witchy woman.
I think you're right though, JT, about these mannequins being like previous victims of Slausen.
Yeah,
or
they're the
whatever.
previous victims. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Like
she finally musters up. She gets the balls to hit him with an axe.
But why do they look like? At times they look like mannequins, and then at times they look human.
They're human, yeah.
Is he fucking with her head, like
making
mentally?
her see them, see the mannequins as human beings? Yeah, that's another theory that she could be doing. Because all that kind of stops when she stabs him in the neck here with the axe. But I guess like anything he's controlling would stop if he got nailed in the head with the axe.
Yeah, because she just
said, it's pretty much.
Go ahead.
Here's the final scene.
I think it's pretty much explaining to us that these were the previous victims, and we could see them. Pretty much, the audience.
That makes sense.
I love the end here. How she's driving away in a little army car with the mannequins, or the mannequins of her friends.
Take her friends with her.
And she's got like this, like
lost her mind.
She's got this little bit of like a smirk on her face, like she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the next Slausen."
And you wonder what's her plan. Is she gonna try to help them?
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe
or is she gonna just have like a house with her friends as mannequins and just play house all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't the bad guy. You know, like maybe he was being controlled by something else.
Yeah. This is one of those movies that I'm so glad never got a sequel or anything like that. Anything to it.
You don't never need a sequel.
Yeah, just a standalone film, and just you got everything you need. There's questions. There's a lot of questions, but they're fun questions, and they're ones that keep discussion going and mystery going with it. And that's just like Don't Go in the Houses, and I always kind of lump those two together because they're from the same year. But that's another one that we never got a sequel to. Most people have never even seen Don't Go in the House. But that's another great movie that I'm glad that never got a sequel or anything to it.
Yeah, that one, I'd say Don't Go in the House is very much like a Psycho movie, too. It's, it's got the domineering mother, and then when the mother dies, it's, he doesn't know what to do with himself. But it's also very unique that he doesn't just stab these women; he burns them with a blowtorch.
Yeah, it's fucking evil. The way
made for shit,
it is so evil, man. He builds a whole room in the house. It's just like flame proof the whole room, and then just burns them alive. Like that is just awful.
I had a
shout out to Devo for mentioning this movie because it's really, really good. I would watch this.
We're glad you liked it, man.
That's definitely one to own. I would say, if you do the physical thing or the digital thing or however you do it.
Tourist Trap is definitely one to always have handy to watch because this is a movie I watch like a few times a year because it's one of those very few films that has a genuine, just unsettling nature to it. Like that,
pretty original.
It's very original, even though you could see the influences from like Texas Chainsaw and Psycho and things like that. Carrie, we mentioned.
On its own, though.
The way that it mixes all those together, it's a very, very original idea. And I can't think of many other like slasher films with like a supernatural twist like this. Like besides like not being able to be killed and stuff like most supernatural slashers,
right?
But like having the telekinetic power.
Anything before this, like no trailer, no nothing, because I went in blind, and it's pretty awesome. I liked it.
Awesome.
And you got Tanya Roberts.
Yep, and you got Tanya Roberts. You got Tanya Roberts for sure, and she makes it through most of the movie.
Right.
So I want to thank everybody on panel. Thank you guys for joining. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. Always love watching.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, JT, you definitely brought up a lot of good points and theories though throughout this watch. And there's new things that are floating around in my head with this movie now. So there's something to take from this from this individual watch here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
That's something that I whenever I watch this movie, there's always a new question or theory that comes floating around somewhere. And I think it's great that a movie that I've seen 10, 11, 12 years old, and still to this day I still watch it and I still have questions that I never thought of before.
Yeah,
That's
I just thought
how
of some new shit this time, watching it this time.
Like, yeah, like that. That's what I think makes a movie really stand the test of time. That you can always find something new in it every rewatch that you give it.
Right.
Everybody in chat, thanks for hanging out. Again, everyone on panel, have a great rest of the weekend. Last hour or so, 10 minutes, wherever the hell you guys are.
And I was gonna say, man, if it's okay, Tuesday I'm gonna be on Gorafo's channel. We're gonna be covering Clockwork Orange.
Nice.
I love that.
Yeah. Actually, I'm due for a rewatch of that. I'll probably just be in the chat for that. But I picked up the 4K back during Black Friday, and I haven't even watched it. So I think I'm due for a rewatch of that.
Okay,
that's such a great movie, and Wendy Carlos's music for it is just fantastic. Also,
yeah, man, you got so much shit going on in that film. It's about free will at the end of the day, though. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a really fun movie to dive into for sure. So I'll try to stop by for that. That's definitely
thanks for having me,
favorite.
JT.
Of course, May. Thank you for.
I'm sorry for the background noise.
No, don't worry. I'm sure they enjoyed the mannequins, right? They're not afraid of mannequins.
Well, my little one is awake. My oldest one is sleeping already.
Yeah, man. Had a good time, man. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, guys. All right, I'll talk to everybody.
Thanks for having us on, JT. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, JT. Appreciate it too.
Anytime. And thanks everybody in chat. I'll talk to you guys soon. And until then, everybody have a good night.